Greetings, Confused to Focus TV family. We're here today and I'm so excited for it. This is Coach Lekeisha. And we're going to have conversations talking about what our identity is. And we're always talking about how we can break free from anything that is not us. So you already know it. The title of this conversation is Who Are You Not Saying That You Are? I'm going to say it again. Who are you not saying that you are? I want to know about it, family, and definitely get your pen and paper and definitely make sure you subscribe to this amazing channel and definitely share it with a friend and family moving forward ahead. I am so excited for today, family, just talking about our identity and who we truly are. It's important for us to understand what we agree with. I'm going to say that again. It's important for us to understand what we agree with, because what we agree with, that's what we're going to walk towards. So we're going to talk about exactly what our identity is, so we'll definitely be able to understand our foundation is meaningful and understand the words that we should follow. We're going to go into it, family, and talking about this. Let's go ahead and dissect. What are you and who you are? What are you agreeing to? And what are you saying that you are not? It's important for us to understand that foundation, understand what we are saying, because, it's needful for each and every one of us to be intentional and understand what we are choosing to say. Definitely the things that we don't want to say. So we need to be aware. We need to understand what they are. And if we agree with it, we need to keep it going. And if we don't agree with it, we need to say, no, that is not what I want. And instead of just saying no, we just need to change what we are saying. Don't go back and forth with things that you don't want. Just let's not give it energy. Just let's not give it elevation and attention to. As you begin to give attention to the things that you desire, that is what's going to build up your spirit, and that's what's going to be declared. So let's get into it, family. You may have been saying things that you don't desire, and you may have been saying things that you do desire. So let's go ahead and talk about those episodes of things that we may not like, but we don't want to talk about. Saying words like, you're too much, you're not enough, you're always emotional, and you'll never make it without them. Have you heard that before? Maybe you've been saying that to yourself, and maybe you have been agreeing to it. You think about the feeling. Think about how you're feeling. Do you feel happy, excited? Do you feel like elated, or do you feel drained? Do you feel fearful? Do you feel like you have anxiety? Do you feel like you don't want to be here? Those are real feelings. You need to really attest to that and understand what you are feeling, what you are saying yes to. If you don't like it, go the other way. And if you do like it, continue on with it, moving ahead. So one thing about it is I love the word of God, and a lot of times I'm able to get my next steps to understand truly who I am. So in Isaiah, that's the book of the word of God, in chapter 62, verses 2, it says, you were called a new name out of the mouth of the Lord. And that's something interesting. Like, wow, I was called by a new name, that I was great and I was amazing. And also in 1 Peter chapter 2, verses 9 says, I was royal priesthood. Wow. And then also in Psalms 139, verses 14, it says, I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. And also it also says in Ephesians chapter 1, verses 4, I was chosen by the foundations of the world. Wow, I was chosen before the foundations of the world. Interesting, right? So God says that about me, that I'm great and I'm wonderful. I'm fearfully and wonderfully made, and I was chosen before the foundations of the world. That means I'm pretty special. That means something about me is really amazing. So if that's what God is saying about me, then I need to line up with that. Because if I'm saying the opposite of that, I don't want that. So I need to be aware of what actually is happening. If you believe in what God's way of things about yourself, then it's okay. You can begin to move forward into that, and you can begin to stop saying things that are opposite of that. So today, I want to be able to have a declaration for myself that I reject any false labels of that placed on me by family, by friends, or by others, or maybe I've been saying about myself. That is opposite of what God says. If I'm chosen, if I'm called and I'm covered, I agree with that. It's important for us to agree with what that we want to agree with. Say it out loud. Begin to believe it. And your words need to be lined up with it. Walk that way. Begin to dress that way. Begin to move forward in that way. Because if it brings you joy, it brings you excitement, continue on that. And it's important for us to begin to say that about ourselves. So this is amazing, family. So I love to go over this again. Begin to identify what's been said over you if it doesn't match with what God says. And also begin to walk with it and begin to talk like that. And begin to declare that I'm great, like God says I'm great. And begin to say, no, I don't believe in what's opposite of that, because that's making a decipher. And that's telling the clear and direction of what I am today. It's important for you to make that about yourselves. So that's what I wanted to bring to you today. And I'm going to, for all of us to begin to move forward into the things that we want, because that brings us great joy and brings us clarity moving forward ahead. Therefore, you're not stuck of things that are opposite of what God says. That means you're unstuck and that you're able to walk in it, family. And that's what I want to say for you all today. It's important for us to break free, fam. It's important for us to continue to walk in the things that God says for us, because what God says to us, it waters us and it begins to exalt us to be able to move forward into greatness for ourselves each and every day. So family, I would love for each and every one of you to grab your copy of my latest book, How to Get Unstuck, Confused to Focus, the revised version. That's telling you a little bit about myself and a testimony, and also how I began to walk out from being stuck to being unstuck. I began to declare who my greatness is. I began to say, hey, I'm great at this. I'm great at great things for myself. I began to have affirmations in this book as well. I began to start testifying truly what God is doing in my life. I began to declare that I'm a great author, I'm a great speaker, and I began to say that about myself in this book. You got to get your copy. And guess what? If you already got your copy, get one for somebody else as well too, and begin to declare it with each other. Have a Bible study. Begin to talk about what goodness of what God is, and therefore move forward ahead in that. I promise you, you're going to be courageous. You're going to be great for yourself as you begin to have this amazing book. And also begin to decree and declare what you want for yourself. If you want to write a book, if you want to be a speaker, if you want to be a dancer, whatever it is, begin to decipher what you love to do. And guess what? I will be there with you. Our Break Free family will be there with you. And all of us are going to connect with you and celebrate you because you deserve it. I appreciate each and every one of you, family. I look forward to seeing you again. And make sure you testify what you love to do each and every day. I appreciate you, family. Love you so much. Have an amazing and great and prosperous day. See you soon.